Hey, movie lovers, welcome back. And thank you for clicking into another episode of KDM. K standing for my friend, my good friend and great colleague, Kit Bowen. Hi, Kit.
Hi. And
And
the
the
D
D standing
stands for
dummy.
for
Oh,
here.
Dimitri.
Dimitri. Dimitri. Yes.
Dimitri. And the M stands for movies.
Movies.
Yes,
Yay.
in this particular episode was 65 and a half million years in the making. Kid, if you read the comments, somebody actually said that we were dynamite.
Ah.
Of course, today we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. Very excited about this. Kit, did you know that we were just talking like about Jurassic Park, this whole franchise? And you told me that you saw it with your daughter, and you just told me that, well, yeah, we had to. Jurassic Park's our jam, our thing.
Yep.
It kind of is for me as well. It's the Jurassic series is near and dear to my heart. I actually worked with the original Jurassic Park. I was at Universal Pictures working in
Oh.
distribution, exhibitor relations, which in theater marketing. So I was the guy that not only got up the teaser trailer and the trailers and the posters and the awesome standee, also
Wow.
worked on making theaters aware of DTS or digital theater sound, which was a Spielberg type of an invention, in which the soundtrack for Jurassic Park and other Universal pictures thereafter was literally on, for lack of better words, a compact disc. And it was tuned up to
You
every
must have
frame
been
of the.
very young.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was. And,
1993. We've been dealing with this. We've been dealing with dinosaurs being recreated, for
dinosaurs
God's
would be,
sakes. As,
and the
as have
movie.
have we not learned anything? Dr. Ian Malcolm
No,
has told us.
no,
Nobody
and
asks, should you?
no,
But
no,
nobody
nobody.
asks, should you?
Should you?
Should you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
The most
the world changed. The world changed. The cinematic world once again. Spielberg changed the cinematic world
he did,
again, and now we are. This would be. We've had six. This is the seventh. We've had six Jurassic movies. This being the seventh, which is crazy
right?
when you think about it. And it kind of goes back to its roots. Why David Koepp, who wrote, or I shouldn't say wrote, he
He did write the
adapted.
he wrote
He
yes.
adapted. Yeah, he adapted from the Michael Crichton book. He adapted Jurassic Park and also The Lost World,
Yep.
in which he also cameoed and ended up becoming dinosaur food. He was a Dinobite, and now he's back and writing the screenplay for Jurassic World Rebirth. You saw it last night. You went with your daughter. What did you think of Jurassic World Rebirth?
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, look, I have to be completely honest. I give this franchise the all the benefits of the doubt, all every single time. I enjoy it in some fashion. We all agree that the last Jurassic World Dominion was its weakest of all time. They tried to bring the old crew back, and it didn't work completely. It wasn't horrible in my opinion. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but certainly wasn't the greatest. But still, I give it a wide berth. I mean, I'm always in it. I'm in it. I'm in it. But this time around, it was great because we got back to the roots, like you said. It's just another popcorn, big dinosaurs in your face, chasing you around in the jungle, and and in the premise of this basically is that Scarlett Johansson plays a mercenary of sorts. Zora is her character, and she's hired by Rupert Friend, who is a pharmaceutical head of a pharmaceutical company. And, now dinosaurs have basically are dying out because they did escape Isla, whatever, Nabula, all the islas of the Costa Rica area or whatever.
It's so funny. It's so true.
They made it to the mainland, and they just couldn't survive it. So most at this point in time, we're like 5 years ahead of Dominion, and the dinosaurs are on the mainland have mostly died out. But the ones who did survive now in more of their OG environment, right? Which is an
Right.
equatorial island near the equator. So it's very lush,
Another Isla.
very wet. Another isla, yes. Very
I think
wet,
it's Isla de Hubert.
lush, and anyway, she's hired by Ruben Friend. They need to go to this island, which of course is forbidden for obvious reasons. Uh, and they enlist a paleontologist played by lovely Jonathan Bailey, who lets them know that yes, there are medical qualities or whatever in dinosaur blood that could actually help cure or whatever heart disease. This is what the thing is. But they have to get it from three different kinds of dinosaurs, of course. They have to get one from the sea, the biggest that's in the sea, the biggest that's in the sky, and the biggest that's on land. So yeah,
And
it's
they
a
have to
lot.
be alive. And they have to be alive.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah.
to. It remind me of Jaws. Are you going to get that little needle into the
That
skin of the
into that
shark?
skin. I thought the same thing.
Farewell and adieu, you fair Spanish ladies. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll have a cage.
yeah. Anyway, so that obviously they've kind of they fixed the idea of shooting something into a dinosaur to get blood, because then they shoot it in. I thought that was really cool, actually. They
Oh
shoot
yeah,
it in. They
I
shoot it
did
into the
too.
dinosaur. They get the blood, and then the thing, when it's full, it knows and it shoots out the vial of blood, and then it comes down in a parachute thing. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I
Anyway,
thought it was kind of cool
I
too.
I digress. Um, Premise of the film, and so they all have to go to this island, and of course we can't not have a child involved. So
Right.
there is a family, a father and two daughters, and the oldest daughter's boyfriend, who are on a sailing expedition, and they are attacked by one of the sea biggie,
Mosasaur. Uh-huh.
the big sea guy,
Yeah.
and they need to be rescued. And of course, this mercenary team, also with Marshala Ali, who
Uh-huh.
plays the boat captain, and also a friend of Scarlett Johansson, and they have to rescue them. So they're on the journey too. Oh, darn the luck! I don't think they want to be,
Right.
but
Yeah.
they get to the island, and then all the fun happens. And I had a blast. The island itself was once housed an engine. The engines, they're they are the
That
bad
idea, I know,
guys.
tell ya.
Engine, whatever. It once housed a
Engine.
medical facility that was doing experiments on dinosaurs, because whatever, I don't know. I still don't get that part. But the biggest baddie of them all was the sort of a Tyrannosaurus Rex hybrid who looked like an
Yeah.
alien.
Yeah,
Really,
it
it
did
looked
look
like
like
a
an alien.
xenomorph.
Yeah, it did look like a xenomorph.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Fine. And then you had the Velociraptor, contingent, and now it was a Velociraptor mixed with a pterodon, whatever they are, and so you had
Pterodactyl.
this. So you had like
Yeah.
flying Velociraptors, basically, who are smart and can get into anything. Ugh. Homages to the first movie, like left and right. Loved it. All the living and I would look at each other and go, like when they're in the
Mhm.
convenience store, and when yeah, it was all great. Yeah, I had a great time
Yeah.
with it. And look, it's not going to win any giant writing prizes or anything like that, but it does its job and I know what you say its job it did is better than Dominion, which it's definitely. But it even goes
Yes.
beyond that. It does its job. It's a summer blockbuster movie that's just fun, dinosaurs, scary. Brought back kind
Hmm.
of the scary, because that original movie
Yeah.
was scary.
Uh-huh. It sure was.
So it brought back that, and just, yeah, I had a great time. And just to I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more, but I think the addition of those three main characters, which is Jonathan Bailey and Scarlett Johansson, Marshall Ali, really sort of elevated it a little bit, especially with Scarlett. Her character is kind of suffering from a little bit of PTSD from a previous mission that went wrong, and she lost somebody, and so you can see that in her. And I thought that was kind of a nice little touch. And we all know, we've all read now that she was a huge fan of the first movie. She was just a kid.
Uh-huh.
Has
Yeah.
always wanted to be in one of these movies, and then she finally gets one. She picked a good one. She picked a good one to be
Uh-huh.
in. But
Yeah.
yeah, so lots of fun on my end.
Yeah, well, listen, our last movie was F1, and once again, we're in agreement, big time. And I agree a lot with all the points you made. And you're right. For me, the movie had like one job to do, and that was to wipe the stink away from Dominion. Um, the Dominion to me was such a letdown because how they let down the legacy characters.
Yeah,
You had something there, you're bringing them
yeah,
back, and you didn't really do anything
yeah.
great with them at all. And it
That's
was a
true.
bummer for me. So going into this one, I was hoping that it was going to be better, and it delivered. We had new dinosaurs, which was great, and they are favorite dinosaurs
Yes,
throughout
and
the
our
entire
favorite
series. Still
dinosaurs.
make yeah,
Okay, I have to
they
bring up one
they
thing. Other things. My
they made a
favorite,
cameo.
yeah, my favorite cameo. Well, it was a little more than a cameo. Was our T Rex. I mean, look, the great thing about Jurassic World, which rebooted, from the Jurassic parks, and I thought that Jurassic World did its job, was beautiful, and how it, furthered the story along to the fact that they
Yeah,
finally made this park. Anyway, the T Rex in that one was the hero, right? He was kind of the hero.
sure.
He got let
Mm-hmm.
loose and was able to, take down the other thing. And here I don't know. I just scary scene, but that scene where he's eating all this food, right? There's this
Yeah,
rotting carcass side of this river, and the family we were talking about, they have to go and get it. The girl goes across to get this boat to get them down the river,
yeah.
and there all of a sudden you just he's he's like on his back, and
Just
he's having a nap after eating all this food, this T-Rex. I don't know. It was another side of a T-Rex that I thought was very cute and funny.
yeah,
Of course, it didn't end up being also cute when he woke up, but that part made me laugh out loud. So go
yeah.
ahead.
The sleeping T-Rex was great. No, I mean I'm glad actually you brought that up because when we say it all goes back to the original, that particular scene
Yes,
goes back to the original, meaning
yes,
it goes back to the novel. There was a scene in which the T-Rex chased some of the Jurassic Park people. I forget if it was Grant, and I'm
yeah,
not
you're
sure
right,
if he was
right,
still alive back at the time. It was a scene, and interestingly enough, it was a scene that Spielberg loved, and he wanted to keep it. He wanted to put it into Jurassic Park, but the technology was where the technology was. It allowed him
right,
to make dinosaurs, but it would have made Jurassic Park, the movie, far more costly, and they just couldn't do it where it would work right.
right.
So couldn't do it in Lost World. Other movies, the closest he could do was, I believe there was like a waterfall
What
sequence,
and
which is in
three?
Lost
In
World.
three, they did a boat thing
Yeah,
too.
three they did a
Yeah,
boat, and there's things, but David Kep, again, going back, he was able to put it in because technology is where it is today, and Gareth Edwards, I think wisely, was able to put it in, and he makes it work. He makes it work. I mean, that scene is one of the best
yes,
in the movies. And, if you're going to put it in, if you're going to compare it to the entire series, of 7 movies. It's one of the best set pieces throughout the entire series.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I agree. It was great.
and it's funny because I kind of, I've read some things, I've heard some things, and I don't necessarily disagree. But like the family seems to have been a little bit crammed in there,
Yeah.
just for the sole purpose of getting a kid in. Because also the kid introduces us to a new dinosaur called Dolores,
Yes.
right? Very cute dinosaur. And if you go to Universal Studios Hollywood, they're selling Dolores, and they have a person who has Dolores with them, and you can pet Dolores and everything. Um, Cute dinosaur. The kid is actually very cute as well.
Yeah.
I didn't find her annoying. I found the
I
boyfriend to
didn't
be
find the
annoying.
family annoying. It did seem a little like pushed in, but at the same time,
Yeah, it
there
didn't.
was some qualities or some plot points that was good to make the
Yeah,
story interesting
I
with them.
appreciated it. And Audrina Miranda plays the little girl Isabella. I liked her. She wasn't annoying. Um, Look, it gave us 2 adventures to follow.
Yes.
And their adventure, let's say, to me wasn't boring. The boyfriend was annoying to me.
Yeah, but then he
Like
kind of
there
redeems
was this,
himself a little bit, but yeah.
does he though at the end? Because like I was like,
Uh,
that's not a thank you. That's not a whatever. He could have been taken out of the equation and I would have been fine. But again, I get what Kep is going for. He wants to give you here are our pros, they're having issues, and here are our non-pros, and they're trying to survive. It gives moviegoers 2 separate adventures that they have to meet. I appreciated them for that fact, even though
although
you have to ask yourself,
the boyfriend did have one of the best lines in the film when
which
they
was
well
refresh my
they
memory.
come out of this cave area after like surviving the water stuff,
Right.
right? So, not the river, but their boat
Mm-hmm.
being capsized and being
Mm.
picked up, and then they get attacked
Yeah.
again and all this stuff. So they're all now finally on the island, and the family, they've been separated, the pros and the not pros. So the family is coming out of this like cave thing, and they look out onto this lush valley, and he says something like, it's like older people when they get their bed and they look at it and they go, "That's going to be my deathbed." He goes, "That's kind of what I feel like when I'm looking out here." It's like I don't know what he says exactly, but basically that
Yes.
looks like my
Yeah.
deathbed. And the
Yes.
family's like,
Um,
"Oh God."
what? Yeah.
But it
You're
was
right
funny
spot.
because
It was funny.
he's not half wrong there,
No.
I mean,
No. Yeah. The movie is I think it's an excellent popcorn movie. And it plays to what it should. It is kind of like it goes back. It gives us scary dinosaurs, to your point. I actually also appreciated seeing Scarlett Johansson outside of her Marvel universe. I also strongly believe this was even far better than, when she was solo in Black Widow. I think she's far
yeah,
better in this. And it also goes to prove, um, that she can carry a thrilling adventure action movie like this because I
that's
thought she
not
was so
Marvel.
comfortable. It's not Marvel, correct.
Yeah,
Outside, but
yeah,
she can handle it on her own. And her with Mahershala Ali, I thought their partnership, their friendship, I thought it was really the anchor. I thought it was more the anchor of the movie than the family was, to be
yeah,
honest.
absolutely.
And I did like Jonathan Bailey as Dr. Henry Loomis. Um, he was really good. I felt, and a good addition. It was a good team.
Yes,
So the chemistry was good. Our special effects were good. Gareth Edwards, he's no stranger to making monster movies, so to
right.
speak. He did do Godzilla. His first movie, I believe, was called Monster. He knows how to do them and do them really well. Each set piece was great. The one with the raptor pterodactyl on the cliffs and it was
Yeah,
real. Also, another one that's just edging
yeah,
your seat.
yep,
And that's what you want from these movies. That's what you want. That's what I wanted from this movie.
yes,
I wanted it to be, again, my question at this point is,
Well,
what more can be done? Where can
that's
we go?
I know, mine too, because Jurassic World did a nice job, making it about the actual park existing and people going to this park, and then the dinosaurs being getting loose basically. um
Right.
and I thought that was great. So but now we know dinosaurs can't be living on the mainland because they die out. So the only thing I can think of is they've just got to find a better story and take us back to a island, whatever that island may be. I mean, that's the only thing. But my fear is that it's going to be like a retread. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know what they
I
do.
don't know. I give David Kep props. Man, that guy's been busy this year. He wrote a really slick, excellent horror movie that Steven Soderbergh directed. Two Steven Soderbergh movies, by the way, is
Yes,
Presence. If you haven't seen Presence,
I
watch
saw it.
Presence. Very good.
I saw it.
So
It's
good.
great.
It's
Yes,
great, right? Excellent. I loved Presence. He also did Black Bag. He wrote
which
Black
is very
Bag,
good.
so
Yep.
which is also very good. And now he's doing like a more commercial film, and he gets the beats to a commercial, big popcorn type movie.
Right.
And so you can like look at this guy's body of work. Are all of them great? No, but he's been a very busy writer, and he worked really well with Gareth Edwards, I felt. And he wrote just he knows how to write a good popcorn movie, especially
Yeah.
within this world. I
Right.
also have to point out the score by Alexander Desplat. Okay, also new to the franchise. His score, dare I say, at many moments is just subtle, and he doesn't just
Very
rehash.
subtle John Williams in there too. I mean, you can't not have a Jurassic
Yes,
Park
you
movie
can,
without no, but he puts it
but
in a very interesting way. Yeah, I noticed
yeah,
that.
and he didn't just rehash it, and he just didn't
Right.
put it in there for shits and giggles and for you to go, oh, it's dry. He did it in a very clever,
I
great
thought so
way. I
too.
think. I think it's a very good score. It's on all your streaming platforms, so if you're into movie scores, such as we are, check it out. It is very good. Yeah, I think Jurassic World Rebirth delivers what it's supposed to. It's a very good summer movie. I think it's one of the best of the Jurassic World
Yes.
series. And I'm also glad, I thought David Kep did a great job in explaining what uh, about the dinosaurs, because that was a big thing for me. And that always bothered me about like Jurassic World Dominion. It's like, really, do you really think this is going to work? Because,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, how are they going to explain this away? And Kep did a great job. It was our climate
Yeah.
that
Yep.
killed them. Much like War of the Worlds, the
War of the
aliens, our
Worlds.
climate
Yeah.
killed them. He's
Yep.
like, it's our climate that killed them, and they
Yeah.
all had to migrate. I love the Isla St. Hubert because it made me think back. Jesus, that Hammond man, he knew how to spread things out. He took from the Walt Disney, like when Walt Disney messed up here in Southern California, when he did Florida, he was like he built up dummy companies to buy land all so he could
Well,
spread
he
out.
just didn't have enough land here in California. He needed more.
Right.
That's basically it. Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
didn't buy it up. And so now that Hammond man, he like spread it out big time. So if Kep and company could find a way to bring it back to Isla Nubar, but I don't know. There has not that I need an end game, but it would be kind of cool to have an end game because I honestly
Right.
don't know how much longer it's sustainable.
Yeah.
This was an excellent refresh,
Yeah.
an excellent refresh. And like we were talking just before we hit action, you're right. It's like you, we're gonna go. We'll still go.
Well,
We'll still.
I've told this story a few times, but I don't know. I've never done it here, but my daughter was very young when she first saw the first one, and she just would just want us to fast forward to the dinosaurs. So her very first movie she ever saw in a theater, I hate to say this, but it's the truth, She was like 2.5 years old or something, maybe, yeah, like 2.5 years old. It was Jurassic Park 3.
Oh,
They
wow.
took, and she was like, every time the dinosaurs were on the screen, she stood up and she held on to the back of the seat and just watched it, and was just into it. And then the minute they started talking, she'd sit back down and she'd be like, she wouldn't be disruptive, but she would not be paying attention to the movie. And the minute the
Right.
dinosaurs came back, sit back up again. So
Yeah. I think Jurassic Park
slug
3
him.
is underserved. I actually think it's
I
a,
just said that. Why people
yeah.
don't
I
know why I loved
I
that
don't
movie.
I don't understand. It was one of Joe Johnston's earlier movies. I think the movie's very efficient. I think it's the shortest of the entire series. It's just a little over an hour and a half, if not an hour and a half. The story is fine. It's quick. It's
Yeah,
quick. It's very efficient. There's
but
no
it was
waste
it
on
was
there,
a good
and it's
story too to
good.
get them there,
Yes.
because here's
Hmm.
this husband and wife, well, actually ex-husband and wife, who want to find their son. I thought, and then sort of coercing Dr. Alan Grant to come to help them, and yeah, that I thought that was a great story.
Yeah,
You
I thought
know,
so too. I liked it, and it worked, and it had a good ending. And Ellie comes to the rescue, so to
yes,
speak, because Grant calls her, and she
the
basically
dinosaur
sends in the
man.
cavalry. The dinosaur man. I'm a fan of Jurassic
Yeah,
3. I'm a fan of Lost World, obviously Jurassic Park. The first Jurassic World movie I thought did a good job bringing this back. It's like, okay,
yeah.
I kind of get it.
And
I
then
could
they
have done
fell they
without
fell
the
down a
meat.
little bit. They fell down a little bit with those sequels, but
Yeah,
um
Fallen Kingdom I don't hate,
no, but it's
and
sad. Libby
but
and I were
it's
talking
I
about
don't
it. It's sad. Like
it's
they're leaving
sad.
that
It is
island that's
sad.
blowing up, and those poor dinosaurs are on the dog goes,
Yeah, it
"Ooh,"
is
like, oh my
sad.
God.
Well, it's sad how the dinosaurs are treated throughout the entire
Yes,
movie because the ones that are gotten off the island are
yes,
being sold to the richiest, rich,
yes.
highest bidder. So that part is good. Now, why they decided to build on a Jurassic World on a place that had an active volcano, I have no idea. But it is sad, but it was directed well. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, dinosaurs are out in the open, and then Dominion just ruined it. It really
yeah,
deflated the tires. But this one thankfully comes back. I think it's
yep.
good. People should like it.
I'd give it
According to
four
box
stars.
office, you're giving
Mine's a
it
4 star.
4. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm giving it 4 as well. It's a solid 4-star movie.
Yep.
Good to have popcorn and a Coke.
And
Oh,
do try to see it
aside,
on the biggest screen you can too. I mean, these movies, these most recent movies we're reviewing are just so excellent cinematically. You've got to go to the movie theater and watch them on the big screen.
you
You
do
just
now.
do.
And I was going to ask because you saw this in IMAX,
I did
yes?
not. I did not.
You saw it
I
in Dolby?
It was
Or
no, actually, I couldn't
uh,
get. It was sold out, man. I mean, it was packed where
yeah,
I
they
was,
sell
but
out.
I mean, it
Yeah,
still was a nice big theater. But I didn't get a chance to.
yeah.
I would have liked to have seen it on IMAX. So that definitely, I
Yeah,
think,
I
yeah.
I was talking with a good friend of ours, and may want to go see it again in
Yes,
IMAX
yes, I
because I
might
think
want
some
to do
of it
that.
was filmed, and I think it would be worthy. But you have to see it in a big screen. Hear every single
Also,
roar.
also
Deaths are
there's
violent too.
yes. Oh yeah, they are.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, and there's a lot more of them.
yes there are. Yes there are. A lot of people get it. So,
Libby and I
uh,
would turn Libby, like the guy that's going down the side of the thing with the pterodactyl thing, and we just looked at each other and go, he's not going to last long.
yeah, yeah. There's
Anyway,
a
it was
lot
all
of
good. It was yeah, definitely go see it on the big screen. But what I was gonna say real quick before we sign off,
yeah. Uh-huh.
there was a trailer plays with the
Okay.
Jurassic for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which is
I
not
didn't get that.
which is not coming out until next summer. So he's doing
Right.
another summer movie, but it is very intriguing. And apparently, he didn't want to leak it online. Doesn't want to put it online for. He wants people to see the trailer in the theater as well, and it's all done on IMAX cameras. So you know this
Yes.
thing's going to be,
Yeah.
well, for better or worse, epic.
Epic. Yeah, no, yeah, no, great use of words. I can say, I watched this on I'll give them a shameless plug, not that they're paying us, but it was an AMC screen unseen. But like to see unseen, like people kind of knew. And I was actually interviewed before movie, after movie. So you can go into AMC and you can see yours truly yucking it up with a really cool, great host. And it was a good time. It's a good time at the movies.
Yep,
I think this summer has been for the
been pretty
most
fun.
part,
And we're not
it's
done
been,
yet.
no, we're
And we're
not.
not
And
done yet.
that's what's
So next
cool.
week is Superman. Next week is
Yep.
Superman.
Superman
So, and
next
I
week.
won't be around next week. I'm sorry. So, guys, but we definitely going to review it. It might just be a little bit
Yeah.
after it comes out, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
going to go in with an open mind. I'm going to go in
We
with an
shall
open mind.
see. Okay.
So
You're
anyway,
very open
thanks
with
for
your movie
joining us,
reviews.
guys. Yeah, and let
Yes.
us know what your favorite Jurassic Park movie is, or maybe your favorite Jurassic Park line, or a line from one of the movies, because there's
Hmm.
several, and they're mostly all said by Jeff Goldblum, but suffice to say,
Yes,
plenty of them.
yes, they
And
are.
and like and subscribe and tell your friends about KDM to come watch our movie reviews. We appreciate
Yeah.
all the
And
views.
please leave some comments. You can be part of the discussion. It's not just
Yes.
us two talking. You can use your fingers as your voice and use that keyboard and type up let us know what you think, please.
Yep.
It means a lot. And one, if not both of us, will write you back. How
Yep.
exciting is that?
Well, thanks. Hey, thanks, Dee.
Thanks. Thanks, Kit. Thanks, Kay.
And join us soon. We'll be doing more and more of these. So stay tuned for more reviews.
Absolutely.
Bye,
All
everybody.
right. Bye, all.